Thanks, you guys. I would now like to invite up the one and only class valedictorian, Matthew Avery, to present his speech, The Significance of Originality. That's a lot of people.
The significance of originality. Until this year, I thought that all of the work I did in high school, or rather, we did in high school, was in a sense shadowing the work of others. Memorizing facts from a textbook, solving math problems, playing music from a famous composer. All that has already been done before. I thought to myself, well, there's nothing wrong with learning. Knowledge makes you a resource, and resources of any kind can be valuable. Take teachers, for example. Teachers are trained resources, knowing a lot about their subjects. They do a tremendous service by teaching students what they know, making students, being ourselves, resources as well. I was missing something, though. What I learned in high school wasn't fixed from the beginning of time. Someone else had to discover the facts first, before they could be taught. Someone else had to throw the notes down on paper, before other musicians could play them. This goes for every topic, really. From painting, to fixing cars, to accounting, you name it. Someone had to be the first for everything that we know and do. Every bit of knowledge we have was once somebody else's idea. This year, I've been spending nearly all of my free time in the recording studio in the band room. Normally, students only use the studio for songwriting projects, or possibly for recording a cover of a song of another artist. My buddy, Evan Grubb, and I have been doing just that for the first few months of my senior year. Then, we decided to start a project of our own and create an entire album of our own music. After about a month's work, I wrote my first ever lyrical song, entitled Too Many Takes. I played the keyboard, the trombone lines, and sang the vocals. Bobby played the bass, and he helped me with the trombone lines and sang background vocals. Evan, of course, laid down the drum track. After finishing this song, I felt the most satisfaction I had ever felt in my 4 years at Spaulding. Why? Because just then, I had created something that was completely my own. All as a result of what I learned from the music department throughout my high school career. Not only that, but people liked it. That was just an added bonus. Something has occurred to me over the past year. High school is not simply about relaying knowledge to others or copying what somebody's already done. It's about easing students into the concept of originality. It's about finding new ways of thinking, not just reusing conventional methods. It's about creation and not just reconstruction. If you're having trouble memorizing a poem, stray away from the line-by-line technique. Think of the poem as a song or a rap. Make it seem more appealing, easier to remember. Instead of playing Duck, Duck, Goose with a bunch of bored friends, make up a new game. It's essential to keep old ideas around as building blocks for the future. But when the future does come around, it can only be distinguished by change, progression, or evolution. Miss Gervady relayed these wise words to me. You are not just the sum of your parents' genes. It's true. You are whatever you decide to do, or whatever you decide to be, with what you are given. With thought, time, and hard work, one can eventually enact a strong influence, perhaps on the town of Barrie, the state of Vermont, the whole country, or even beyond that. Maybe we can learn a little from our friend Jeffrey White, who spent an entire summer making what is now known as the longest staple chain in the world. This achievement will forever have its own place in world history. Maybe we can all take a page out of Maisie LaJeunesse book. Despite her battle with autism, She has been able to communicate with the world around her, share her genuine ideas and feelings that others would not be able to see otherwise, and become an activist in several areas. Last year, she participated in a school assembly to promote a film depicting the lives of autistic human beings called Wretches and Jabberers. She also started a new movement in Spaulding High School called Spread the Word to End the Word, in a fight to eliminate the use of the R word. I'm sure that nearly everyone who has ever known Maisie, including me, could not be more proud of her or inspired by the work she has done to get her thoughts out to others, while also utilizing them for the betterment of the Barrie community. The greatest influences will come from originality, from creating or doing something that will make a progressive difference. Originality itself has few boundaries. It is only limited to our own imagination. And imagination is something that everybody has, guaranteed. We, the class of 2012, are leaving Spaulding High School today with a common, newly learned skill. The ability to use what we know, what we have learned over the course of our lives in school, to pursue a fulfilling and successful future. Of course, there will be failure in the process, because success isn't always reached after the first try. In the years that follow, you, our parents, relatives, teachers, friends, people who have shaped our lives since we were born, may find us all on a common mission, using our originality to create something that is completely our own, something that will enact an influence that nobody else can. Because we are all original, and we all have something to offer to this world. Who knows? Maybe some future high schooler will be reading one of our ideas out of a textbook someday, looking at one of our paintings, listening to one of our songs, driving a car that one of us designed. Now that would be something. Thank you.